Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here on Trackside Racing Network. I am your host here tonight, once again, Adam Chapman with you in the booth. Live from Road, Atlanta. We are here for the Red Sox Racing Series presented by NotYourAverageGrain.com. They are the sponsors for this series. We appreciate their awesome sponsorship throughout this entire season. Make sure you guys go over Christmas coming up in just a couple weeks. Go over to NotYourAverageGrain.com. If you got, especially a military family, really go over and check them out. Please check them out. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. We are live here for the last night of the Red Sox Racing Series before we take our winter break. Tonight is the points championship, and well, it's pretty interesting here. We started this race kind of something a little bit different this season. Multi-class racing coming into tonight. Paul Gibson looks to come in for the GTE championship. He is currently in a very comfortable lead at 10 plus points. So, I mean, as long as he finishes somewhat respectable in this race, I feel like he's definitely going to walk out with that championship. And on the other side of things, a little bit interesting there, but it looks like Ross Booth pretty much going to secure the championship in the LLP2 class. It's going to be, well, I don't think anybody can actually catch you. But the second place battles is pretty interesting for us. Dave Hill and Cameron Bidwell. A little bit of spice involved in this one. Looking to get over 43 points. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens for that second place battle here tonight. We're going to be watching them too. Dave Hill and Cameron Bidwell. Should be a pretty good battle there. And then over to the GTE side of things. How about old Terry Dahl over here working pretty good this season? He's battling for that second place in GTE. Very impressive for Terry, by the way, especially considering he's battling one of the best in Tommy Ryan for that second place in GTE. It's going to be interesting. Tommy going to have to get in front of Terry here a little bit in this race to be able to secure that, because if Tommy only finishes one point ahead, that'll be by 1 point. He would take second place provided he scores more than 37 points. So here's basically what I got. The second place battle is a little more interesting, as qualified is going on right now, by the way, for the LMP2s. But if Terry and Tommy are both in this race, which they are, Tommy right now second in GTE. It all depends, really. Tommy's going to have to score more than 36 points, it looks like, which is possible. Of course, if you win the race, you get 46 points, and there's a little bit of a, pole award, lead lap, instant free races, so it all comes down to that and accumulates into that. But, man, I'm going to be honest, I have enjoyed this season from these guys. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I've actually enjoyed it. We started this back in, heck, I don't even remember now. I'm trying to remember when we actually started it. It feels like it's been a few weeks, even though it's only been 6 weeks. I feel like it's been quite a quick season, to be completely honest with you. Even though the LMP2 cars, we've seen a lot of comer and goers. We've seen some guys that normally we wouldn't, not to be mean, but we normally wouldn't expect to see. We started back on October 29th with Brands Hatch, which was pretty interesting. And then November 5th, we was actually at Watkins Glen, where that race was actually flipped on November 5th. So we started back on October 29th. And it was a good series. I'm not going to lie. This has actually been a really good series. I am going to be honest with you. The multi-class has been a challenge for me personally to try to keep up with everything that goes on. I try to cover both as best as I can. It's a little hard, though, sometimes. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it by any means. It is tough to do, but I do enjoy it. I would like to see multi-class racing return, maybe with the GT3s and GTEs. I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know if I want to see the LLP2s unless it's just a strictly LLP2. I think that would be pretty cool. But either way, we'll figure out how they do it. They may just come back with this, which is fine too. Jason DeVries right now on top of the board in qualifying. Ross Booth, your season champion here in the LLP2 class. Zippy, otherwise as he is known. And let me make sure I'm good, yes. And you can see Ross right there on your screen at the moment. In that number 6 car, VRS on that one. So Jason right now out there in the pole, however, at the moment. Sure, driver change. There we go. There's the 6 and 89 running the same paint. It definitely looks like. Anyway, that kind of messed me up a little bit. I was like, wait a minute, I see the right car. Ross coming down pit road. Jason going about ready to cross the finish line. We got a minute left here in qualifying. Jason working on this backstretch right now here at Road America. Road Atlanta. This is a fun track. If you never really raced Road Atlanta, it's a pretty tricky track. Personally, I'm not the greatest driver when it comes to a place like this. I do like it. But I actually got to practice a few weeks ago with these guys. I can't remember if it was here. I think it was actually Canadian Tire. But, man, these guys are actually really quick. I'm going to be honest with you. I was actually very surprised. Let me actually pop up my trading paints again, dude. I feel like some of these paints are not working right. So we're going to pop them up again. I feel like Ross is currently not working. We'll do that, though. But anyway, 28 seconds left here in practice. But like I said, Road Atlanta, what is this? 12 turns here at Road Atlanta, 2.5 miles, 2.54 miles. Very fun track, like I said. As we get set to go here in just a few moments from this tricky place, it should be good. Last couple races have actually been really fantastic when it came to racing here, or racing a couple of these road courses. We've seen some really good finishes the last few weeks, so I expect tonight to be really no different in that. So the Pace truck is going to be out on the grid tonight. He's going to be leading us around this track. And, of course, the grid has already began. As you look down here at Ross Booth right there on the track. I think our trading paints maybe actually be still updating. It is. So hopefully that's the right paint. I don't feel like that's the right paint for Ross. I feel like it's supposed to be blue. We'll have to wait and see if it does change. But anyway, a lot of them is still loading in. So while they're loading in, we'll sit here and wait. I guess that is Ross paint tonight. Huh, interesting. So he'll be starting up there. Is James Prostel. He's out there in that walk to end all-timers. Always a great paint scheme. One of my favorites. Kevin Kyle in here as well. Trent Brown in here. Check out that car. That's a good-looking ride. McMillan is in here in that 98 flat black Corvette. That's nice. I like that. Bill Pawlucki in here. Matthew is in here as well. Right there is the 10 of David Shutt. Robert in here as well in that 199. We're waiting for just a few more people to grid up. There's Terry Dahl. He is out on track as well. Colin Weatherhold, of course, always good, a PG-13 car. He is in here tonight. This is probably one of the premier leagues in iRacing. I'm going to be honest. It was such an honor. It's been such an honor to call these races for these guys. I absolutely respect the living crap out of every one of them for the most part. I'm a big fan of them. And they've treated me really well here at Trackside. So once again, thank them for another season. Before we get this one underway, it's been really fun and a blessing to call it. Hopefully I do a good job. I know it's not the best by any means. I know I'm a southern redneck type to call road races. It's a little weird. I know. I get it. Trust me, I agree. But it's an honor having him here to allow me to allow me to call it. Les Turner and Terry Dahl both do a fantastic job. Really putting these things on it. It's definitely not easy putting this many cars into a session, and as clean and respectful as drivers as they actually are. When I say clean, like not many people really, usually in race leagues you have people, have issues with other drivers, and that still happens, of course, in here, but not as bad. And, I really respect a lot of that. Anyway, we are rolling here from Road Atlanta, about to go green here in just a few moments. If you're over on our YouTube, make sure you give us a subscribe over there. Make sure you like us over here on Facebook. We got somebody on YouTube going for Mitch Heller. Mitch has done a great job this season. I'm going to be honest. He's back here in GTE. I'm going to be anxious to see how he does. He did really well. Was it last week, I believe? and had an issue. To be honest, he was one of the favorites last week, I believe, in that race. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does. Of course, we will get the race here going in just a moment. The LMP2 car is going to be getting it started off first. Immediately follow that, about 10 seconds after, we'll jump back to GTE as we wait for the pace truck to drop down for the final time this season here in the Red Sox Racing Series, presented by Not Your Average Grain. We love them. Once again, check them out. Make sure their logo's up on the screen. We want to make sure we advertise them. But they are an awesome group, especially for military families. Here we go. Pace truck about to drop in. The LMP2's about to get underway here from Road Atlanta. Working down the last little bit here before we go. You're going to see a hard turn right here where drivers, this right here, the turn that they're coming up on is going to be one of the most difficult turns we face all night right here. And then you're going to start working up that hill and then down into a right-hand turn as we get set to go. The pace truck has taken off. The green flag set the way for the final time. The Red Sox Racing Series LMP2's a green flag from Road Atlanta. Meanwhile, while that's going on, we will jump back to GTE here in just a moment. Everything looking pretty good here early in LMP2. Here comes the green flag for Paul Gibson, Tommy Ryan, the 21 of Colin Weatherhold, and Mitch Heller. The green flag set to be displayed. Green flag is out. GTE underway for the final time this season. For the final time this year, actually. Down into turn number one. Colin Weatherhold going to be a nice job taking that second place away from Tommy Ryan. Tommy Ryan actually dropping back quite a bit, back to fourth. Back up front with the LMP2 cars. It is Les Turner now running P7. Hopefully he does a way better job. He actually got a little loose there. He's going to stack them up. Here comes David Berry. Watch for him to make a move. He looks to the inside of Les Turner as they work down this long straightaway, the fastest section on this racetrack, as they begin the right-hand turn very easily to make a mistake here. Les going to have to check up. Here's that hard braking zone, left to right-hand turn, up the hill. Does a great job there. Oh, Les Turner gets turned. He's involved. And once again, Les Turner nowhere to go. Well, a little way to go, I guess. But here's a replay from above. We got more action starting to happen. Mark Kudrowski just had an incident as well. Les getting a little loose, and that's what happened. And then meanwhile, Mark Kudrowski had an issue right there going into the grass. And he catches that. But we stay green flag here from Road Atlanta, of course. We stay green flag while we have it in full course yellow. A little bit further back, GTE, Mitch Heller under attack from Lachlan McMillan. And Mitch actually maybe putting some pressure here on as well as David Shutt putting some pressure on Matthew Dodge. I don't really know. All these four cars kind of running nose to tail right now. Check it out, Terry Dawes. Terry Dawes had an issue. Top three in points. He needed to finish in front of Tommy Ryan. This may be the thing that he did not want to happen. You see it right there. He knew. The brakes locked up. A little bit of the tire barrier. He is still rolling. No damage on that 53 car, but a lot of time he's going to have to make up in this one. Dennis Griffin now. Jason DeVries, your leader, puts down a new fastest lap with a 1:10.027. Look how fast some things go. That's Dennis Griffin you're seeing right there in that number 23 car. Looks like an autism awareness car, which is pretty awesome. No, it's not autism awareness. I lied. Pretty cool looking car, though. I thought it was. All right, a little bit further back. Let's watch this battle for a minute. PG-13 car under attack from Mitch Heller. Heller tried to take this spot away, on board right now with the driver of the 45. Mitch right now looking to do his best. Let's right on board here. Oh, we got a car off track. That is a spot for Mitch and everybody else. That was Kopker. I hope I said his name right. Probably not. Mitch downshifting right now in gear 4. Up the hill he goes. You're going to see him downshift. Probably about third right here, I would guess. Yes, third. A little bit of runoff area as well that you can run off on. not to get the gas too early on that. Can't cause wheel spin. Jason DeVries, new fastest lap once again, a 109.361 in that LMP2 car. Once again, on board Mitch Heller, currently battling for the top 5 spot, right behind Matthew Gosh in that number 222 car. Oh, here's the run right here. He looks to the out or the inside of that 222 car. Not going to be preferred line into the first corner. Let's see. Matthew may give him the lane. He does. Mitch Heller takes away top 5. Now sets his sights on David Shutt, one of the best in this series as well. As there's his lap, by the way, around Road Atlanta. Mitch Heller takes that spot away in P5, moving up through the field. Now, Mark Wilson tries to run down Dave Hill. Currently P5, Mark Wilson. As we currently work through the little quick right to left hand turn, or left to right hand turn. Like that car by Mark Wilson, though, as he begins his next lap. Remember, this is a 30-minute timed event. We're already 5 minutes involved. As we get a look here at your LMP2 leader, Jason DeVries. He is currently running down these GTEs. It is a matter of time, and that 89 car is going to be right there. Jason's a really good driver. The only thing with Jason is, and I've noticed this the very first time I actually broadcasted Jason. My very first race ever broadcasted in here was at Laguna Seca in the GTEs. Jason absolutely hammered the lap times. I mean, I think he was leading. And it was like 40 or 50 cars in that race. I think it was like 40. But Jason put down one heck of a lap, took the pole, started first in that race. Dominated for a long time, and then made a small mistake. And that's really been his kryptonite, just making small mistakes. One of the best drivers in iRacing on road. I'm not lying when I say that. He is a top 25 iRacer when it comes to road series stuff. And I really believe that. He's just got to make sure in here he's got to put a full race together, and he could, not easily, but he could walk out with a win. We did have a caution come out a little bit further back. Chris Shieldsmith has had an issue, and here's what happened to that number 26 car. It looks like, oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Getting up on the rumble strip there is just a little bit too much. That was crazy. That thing snapped around like that, but that is what it is. So he's trying to right now Mark Kostrowski right here. Mark is supposed to be for 12th right now. And LMPD. Again, we want to welcome everybody. Thank everybody. Make sure you follow us, like us, and all that stuff. YouTube, Facebook, everything that we're on. We appreciate it so much. And we really try to respect everybody's opinion. Here we go, Mitch Heller. David Shutt, battle for 4th. Heller right now, P5. Running down David Shutt. This would be a heck of a accomplishment. David's one of the best as well. One thing I've noticed about Mitch, compared to, I want to say a couple seasons. I don't want to say the last season. Let's go a couple seasons back, talking about Mitch Heller. He has improved so much over the last 2 seasons. It is absolutely not even fair. Like, he is probably, hands down, he's our biggest, most improved driver of the last 2 seasons, easily. I don't even think it's close. Watching what he's done this season, absolutely fantastic. Now, this is one thing about the split classes I think that really fares for a lot of drivers. As we jump back up to Mark Wilson, still running P5 right now. One other thing about these, let's actually jump up a little bit further here. As Jason DeVries working through some of this GT traffic. This is always a big factor when it comes to this. One of the things about the split, the split divisions that we got, the LMP2 multi-class racing, is it helps guys like Mitch Heller. Not necessarily Mitch, but other guys as well. We seen Derek Pemberton have a great run a few weeks ago to LMP. Normally, they're like a mid-pack car. But with this split classes where it splits everybody, you're seeing them run top 4, top 5s. That, to me, is worth watching. That alone is worth watching, especially with so many people. And I'm not saying that to take a shot at them by any means. What I'm saying is, you can see the talent that is there. And it looks like it's there. As you see, DeVries going through some of this traffic right now. Here's a great passing zone right here. He's actually closed in on Paul Gibson already. And Paul right there, your GTE leader. Jason, of course, your LLP2 leaders right there. They go. Now we get to watch some of these other cars work through this traffic. Mark Wilson coming up on some GTE traffic here in just a moment. A couple weeks ago, not too many people were super enthusiastic with how Mark raced, and that's one of them things. You either hate it or you love it. But we see how he does here tonight. Maybe he's a respectable driver either way. But there was some people not too happy. He does do a good job right there of getting around. Looks like that was McMillan. Yes, it was. Dave Hill working through some of that traffic now as well. You see him going around Mitch Heller. These are just a difference in speed between these GTEs and LLP2 cars. LLP2 way quicker, as you can tell. Big battle right now here, though, with the third place Cameron Bidwell, that we really haven't shown. But the battle between Dave Hill and Cameron Bidwell right now, we're in third and fourth. This is a good battle here for second place in the LLP2 points. The thing is, we might not actually know if for a few until after this race is concluded now who actually got second, but we will know here soon, hopefully. Colin Weatherhold has actually ran down Paul Gibson here, and you see the 13 as well of who is that mixed in? That is Dave Hill, actually. The 13 mixed in with this LMP2 class or GTE class. But we do got a battle for the GTE starting to heat up for that top spot with Colin and Paul Gibson, of course, in the lead. Tommy Ryan's been kind of quiet. He's currently on a P3, but still having a good night right now. And we jump back up to Paul Gibson. Mark Wilson closing in on Gibson here. Of course, not part of the class, sorry. We do got pit stops that's going to have to happen here within about 2.5 minutes. You'll start seeing some. Maybe a little bit sooner, maybe a little bit later. But of course, these guys do have to hit that pit lane. Still watching Paul Gibson trying to stretch that lead out. I've noticed Tommy Ryan starting to creep up a little bit here on second place. As you see a good picture here going into turn one. these LMP2s. I do want to mention Mitch Heller was able to take away 4th place from David Shutt. As we currently watch the 18 from Firelight Motorsports. Oh, I'm sorry, not Firelight. Patriot Fire. I said Firelight. But here is Tommy Ryan trying to take over 2nd now. Our top 3, really our top 4 GTE, all within a 1.5 seconds of each other. Actually, top 5 all within a 2.5 seconds of each other, it looks like. So there's some really good racing here right now between these top 5. Actually surprised at how long. Mark Drowski all the way on pit road. Matthew Gosh has hit pit road as well. But we're still waiting on the leaders and stuff to hit pit road. We'll let you definitely know once that happens, and we'll show you some of the pit stops. As we currently watch Tommy Ryan here battle or try to catch up to P2. You can see right there Mitch Heller looking out the back of Tommy Ryan's car. Everything over in the LMP2 class is kind of spaced out quite a bit. Pit stops right here for William Cabela in the 25 LMP2 class. He is coming down. Les Turner is now on pit road as well. As you see what pit road looks inside the cockpit of that LMP2. We'll keep an eye on all that good stuff here in just a moment. But back over to our GTE class. Weatherhold trying to run down Gibson with Tommy Ryan still 3rd. Mitch Heller currently 4th. And David Shutt 5th. As far as the LMP2 is Jason DeVries, Ross Booth, and Cameron Bidwell, your top 3 with Dave Hill and Mark Wilson. Once again, Cameron Bidwell would love to finish in front of Dave Hill to lock in at 2nd position in points. PG-13 driver Colin Weatherhold trying to run down Paul Gibson here, of course, and teammate as well. Tommy Ryan looks to try to close in and go back to victory lane before this season ends. Pit stops is where it's going to come down to. It really feels like it. And we are in that place where pit stops could be happening at any point here. Let's watch Jason here for just a moment as he works through some of the traffic. Let's see if he comes to pit lane. It looks like he's not coming this time. Ross Booth, let's see if he elects to. Yep, right here comes the 6 car. Down pit lane. Oh, man, I thought he just lost it. Cameron Bidwell also on pit lane. Here we go. Here's what I want to watch. Pit lane time total. See what we average here on pit lane. For Ross Booth, going to be your LMP2 champ. Once again, another champion. Quick stop, actually. 4.4 seconds in pit box. And a 26.7. 27.4 for Cameron Bidwell. Now, Paul Gibson's still going to have to come to pit lane. He does not this time. Looks like none of our GTE does. We do got a battle happening right now. Colin Weatherhold actually has hit pit lane, but we got a battle right now. We'll watch Weatherhold for just a moment. We may be jumping back up here pretty quick if Heller gets around Ryan. Kind of a slow pit stop here, actually, for Colin. That seems a little long. 9.9 seconds in the box. And 32.3 total time on pit lane. Here we go. Battle for 2nd. Now, where will this shake up after pit stops? We don't know if this will be for 2nd, but definitely a big battle here for the GTE class. Mitch Heller maybe looking to the end. Yep, there he goes to the inside. We've seen him make this pass right here before earlier on Shutt, I believe it was. Was it Shutt? No, I feel like it wasn't him. But there you go. Will he be able to do it? He does. Man, Heller has been all it. And here he comes down the pit lane. That's a good pass. A lot of people is going to sit there and wonder why did he pass if he's coming to pit lane, because you're still in front of him. Now let's watch Heller and Gibson, by the way. Paul Gibson, your leader on pit lane as well. This right here is going to be big for Gibson and Heller both. I feel like they're going to have a faster pit stop than 9.9, so we'll want to watch and see the total time. Or will it be 9 seconds? That's going to be a good question. Paul Gibson. That's going to be about 9 seconds. 10 seconds for Gibson. Mitch Heller, good stop, 9.4. David Shutt, 10.5. So that, Colin Weatherhold, there he is. He's going to try to pass both of these guys. Not going to be able to pass on him. He does get around Heller, however. But he does not get around Paul Gibson. So Tommy Ryan takes the lead. Meanwhile, Dave Hill in LMP2 is in. These guys have only been taking about 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds worth of fuel. Probably quick here. Yep, 5.2. Mark Wilson in as well. And 5.4 for Wilson. A little bit slower on his end, but looks like that's going to pretty much complete the pit cycle, with the exception of Tommy Ryan. And here he comes. Tommy Ryan, McMillan, and James Prostell Jr. has not been in pit lane, but here comes Ryan. I'm going to guess McMillan and Prostell will all three be in this time. Let's watch Tommy's pit stop here. If he could get like around a 9-second pit stop, I think that's going to really pay dividends for him to make up a lot of time. Even an 8-second would be amazing. He's going to take less gas than everybody, I promise. Yeah, he did. 8.5. That's 2 seconds quicker. Now, where's he going to shape out at? Can he beat out Gibson? No, he cannot. But, can he get out in front of Heller? He does. How about that? Mitch Heller giving back that third spot to Tommy Ryan. Well, let's talk about James Prostell Jr. There he is. He's having a pretty solid night here. Currently running 7th right now class. Make that 8th in class. That's where he'll come out in. Barely. Robert might get around him. Robert in that Corvette, and it looks like the Aces number 9 car does get around Prostell, so Prostell back to P9. Oh, Mitch Heller. What happened? Slow on the racetrack. Oh, he has missed something, and unfortunately, what happened here? Hold on. Oh, he missed a turn. Oh, he missed the whole track. I'm not sure. Yeah, that don't seem right. I feel like maybe something happened to his computer. Oh, hold on now. This ain't even in that one area. Oh, he just got loose and lost it. Man, really? He drops back to P10 for the 45. That's heartbreaking. That's actually really heartbreaking. That sucks. I think Gibson and DeVries going around each other. DeVries able still to hold on to the lead. Watching Jason right now. Everybody behind right here. This Gibson battle. And Colin Weatherhold still pretty impressive. Gibson still holding on to the lead. 6.5 minutes remaining in this one. Weatherhold trying to figure out a way to run down this 31 car at the moment. Jason DeVries, a new fastest lap, a 109.023. Man, he's putting up some good ones. The 89 LMP2 car. Nothing really happening over in the LMP2 class right now. Everybody kind of spaced out by a second or more, so we're kind of just keeping an eye on here. The GTE class. I will say the battle was going to be pretty close over the GTE for second spot, but it looks like Tommy Ryan, pending anything that could happen, will wrap up second place in points. And Terry Dahl looks like he's going to be around third in points. As far as this battle goes, we're watching Cameron Bidwell right now. He is currently third. He's trying to wrap up second in points as well in LMP2. Keep in mind, this could change a little bit, knowing if him or Dave Hill might have a penalty. You never know. So it's kind of, just going by that, but what we see right now. We are about ready for this one. We're estimating about 5 laps to go. Remember, that's always a give or take a little bit. He's pretty good spaced out right now. Tommy Ryan kind of closed it in here on second place. Be pretty nice for Tommy if he can grab that somehow. Up on board. You see the leader, Paul Gibson, right up in front of Colin Weatherhold. He's pushing pretty hard here. I mean, he's not, hesitating by any means. But Paul Gibson looking to come in here and win his first championship over here in the Red Sox Racing Series. And Ross Booth looks to continue that on. We've been kind of quiet about Ross, to be honest. And Paul, to be completely honest with you. We haven't really spoken too much about him. We've talked so much about him this year. But considering what they have done this season, it's been pretty impressive for Gibson and for Booth, of course. Of course, Booth has won multiple championships in this series, so I don't think it's not any surprise to see him win another. I don't know how many this will make him now. You see Ross Booth right there in the 6th. Still trying to run down this 89. Who's a little bit further ahead of him. Still watching this GTE race right now between Weatherhold and Tommy Ryan. here comes GT. It looks like Weatherhold's going to be able to hold this one. Let's jump back up to our LMP2 leader. He's right now battling the traffic. He just went around James Prostell, who's, once again, one of my favorite drivers to watch. Really just a good guy overall. He's a pretty nice guy from what I've seen. He's doing his little Facebook and stuff, but he's not doing horrible by any means. Prostell, that is. Right now, Prostell currently, he was 8th. Yeah, that's where he still is, 8th. But here we go. The final lap is going to be out this time for Jason, as Paul Gibson going to be on the final lap here as well. Final lap is out for Jason. Ross Booth looking to win a championship here as well. Jason DeVries looking to win his first race of the season. How about a new winner here on the final night of the Red Sox Racing Series? Paul Gibson looks to win a championship here, make it his first. But for the first time this season, Jason DeVries working through the final couple corners. They're off the final corner, that is. Here he comes. Jason DeVries picks up the win here in Red Sox Racing Series, but here comes the champ. Once again, Ross Booth picks up yet another Red Sox Racing Series championship. Paul Gibson now looks to put another championship in it, or his first championship, here into his pocket as well. We'll keep an eye on that in just a moment. He's still got a little ways to go. Regardless. But there is your 2020 champion, Ross Booth. Once again, congratulations to Ross. Don't even know how many championships this man has won now. But here comes Paul Gibson, working through the final quarter as well. Looking for that ever elusive checkered flag. First championship, Paul Gibson wins at Road Atlanta. Jason DeVries finishes first. Ross Booth second, LMP. Paul Gibson first in GTE. Colin Weatherhold finishes second in class over there in that one. We're going to hop over here and give them a little talk here as well. Once again, what a great race from Paul Gibson and his team this season. And Ross Booth, what can you say about Ross? Once again, I mean, just absolutely fantastic. It's really, you can't say nothing. You can't say enough about what Ross has done this season. Once again. And then Paul Gibson, once again, congratulations to him. And to Jason as well, picking up his win. But congratulations to Ross, picking up yet another series championship. And Paul Gibson and his team picking up their first ever Red Sox Racing Series championship over here at the Red Sox Racing Series. It's honestly one of them situations where this is hard work. Like, he actually had to earn it. Like I said, this league probably one of the best leagues as far as road goes. One of the oldest, that's for sure. I don't know if it's the best, but definitely up there. One of the oldest. Love Terry and Les. They do a great job, and congratulations to Paul and Ross both definitely earning a championship once again this season. We're going to talk to him. By the way, I believe Cameron Bidwell will pick up second in the LMP2 season championship, and it will be Tommy Ryan picking up second in the GTE championship. So, there's that. So Paul Gibson pulls it in the stall. No celebrations being done here tonight, it don't look like, so we're going to just wait here for just a moment. And we're going to talk to some folks here in the Red Sox Racing Series. Let's get ready to interview one of our drivers here in just a moment. We're just waiting to see who it's going to be first. We'll definitely talk to him here in just a minute. Once again, thanks everybody for tuning in this season. Make sure you do check out Not Your Average Grain. They are a fantastic sponsor for this league. We do very much appreciate them for everything that they have provided the Red Sox Racing Series. And I got a few things from them myself, which is really nice. But they do great military decor for people in your family, and even some Red Sox racing stuff over there as well. So we're waiting for some interviews, though. Hopefully, we'll get to talk to a couple of these guys. We're still waiting on a couple people to come in. I see Discord being lit up right now, so hopefully they are moving in this right now. Waiting to see. And I think we might have one. Just a second here, guys. We will get our first interview here tonight. And we got Tommy Ryan right now coming in. He finished third here tonight in the GTE. Tommy, it's Adam. You got me.
Yeah, man.
Another good season, bud. Finishing second in the points for GTE. I know you wanted a championship, but considering how you really started out, you got to be somewhat happy with second here this season.
Honestly, man, I didn't know I'd even finish on the podium on the standings. But yeah, it's a good season, man. I mean, I'm a big fan of Corvette, and I was so happy for iRacing to get this thing scanned in so we could play around with it. So I'm a believer. So we're gonna stay in that car and keep having some fun. We had some really good racing here, man. I know I say that all the time, but yeah. Man, me and Paul and Colin, man, we were like a blanket there, and I just got so tight in a couple of those corners I couldn't do anything. But man, so much fun.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about that in the past, of course. You know, mentioning the LMP2 cars and stuff like that. What was it like, man? Because this is the first season we've got to do this. First one I've got to do especially. What was it like this season? I know it's frustrating at times, but other times, I mean, it was just good fun, I guess.
It just depends on what side of the coin you were on when they got to you. Yeah. You know, if you were trying to catch a guy and he kind of held him up in a corner, that worked out really well. But if you were trying to catch the guy and then he screwed up your entry or exit, then it's kind of like crap. But I mean, it's challenging. It just adds another aspect to it, which is some of that class racing. So,
well, another Patriot Fire top 2, I guess we can say, in points now. I know you won the championship, but still third here tonight. Second overall point standings for GTE. Any shout outs you want to give out, man?
Yep. Thanks to obviously Terry and Les for keeping Red Sox alive and well. It's a very good environment over here. Thanks for Not Your Average Grain for doing all the sponsorship. Northern Tool, Patriot Fire, Coastal Safety Officers, Dwight Beverly, Mark Allen, and everybody else that helps me put this thing on a podium each week.
Hey, man. Good job this season.
All right, man. See ya.
Buddy. All right, next up, let's go ahead and grab Jason real fast. Jason, it's Adam up in the booth, man. You got me.
Loud and clear. Good to see you, Adam.
I have been waiting to do this interview for like 3 seasons with you. I'm going to be honest. I was talking about it in the broadcast. First time I ever broadcasted you was Laguna Seca, and you did really good, and unfortunately didn't do well there. But you've had some races where you come in, be really quick, had some things unfortunately not go the way you wanted to. But man, tonight you just capped it off with a big win. That's got to feel good to come in here and do that.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was just nice to get the race rust off. The last couple of races, it was a little unfortunate. Lap 1, turn 1, or first part of the lap. I just wasn't used to the car and curl tires because you can't practice that part of the lap. But I just got really conservative for this race, and it just came together. It's a fun track. The traffic interactions are a blast. I just really enjoy running here.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, what was it like for you working around these GTE cars? Of course, a little bit slower car, and you're in such a bigger, faster car. What was it like dealing with that? I mean, I'm sure it was fun at times and can be frustrating as well.
Yeah, it was pretty calm for the most part. I just got in a good groove and read traffic. When I first jumped in this, when they released it, it was really difficult coming from the HPD because the closing rates are more like a P1 car than HPD. So all the points in which you catch a guy, it'd be one corner sooner. So once I got over that, things were fine. Everyone's really predictable out there, so couldn't have asked for a better race.
For sure, it was definitely a lot cleaner, and it was actually a really good race, man. You went out there and just dominated over in the LLP side of things, which was awesome to see once again, man. I've been waiting to do it for a while. So good run tonight. Is there any shout-outs or anything you want to give out for your victory?
Thanks, Adam. Yeah, I'd just love to give a shout out to the team, Satellite Racing, our sponsors, Virtual Racing School, HyperX. Shout out to Ross for finishing second, and then Les, Paul, and anyone else behind the scenes I'm just not aware of. It's a fun place to be able to come in and hang out. I can't run here as often as I'd like to, but everyone's just been really welcoming, and it's a really good group of guys to be around.
For sure, man. Hey, VRS is where it's at. Hey, good job tonight, man.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it.
Buddy. You too, buddy. All right, next up, Colin Weatherhold. Trust me, we're going to get to you, Paul. Don't you worry. Colin, you got a copy.
Hey, Adam, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. It looked like you had a chance to run down your teammate there. Really, pretty much within reach of each other. Tommy kind of mentioned it for a long time. 4 of you guys was pretty much underneath the blanket. 3 of you definitely was the entire race. Almost had it there, man.
I'll tell you what, that's a really, really tough track. I just started driving on it last night, and lots of tough corners,
Really?
blind spots. And congrats to Paul. I thought I was maybe going to be able to race with him. I didn't want to race too hard with him, though. I knew there were some championship implications there. So it's more just about trying to hang out and maybe capitalize on a mistake from him, but I didn't really want to push him too far.
Yeah, let me ask you about that. Your teammates, of course. You just kind of hit on it just now. You know, y'all are teammates. He's running for a championship. What's being said? Is there anything being said in the team room when y'all are racing against each other? I know a lot of teams, trying to encourage the guy that's, going for the championship to keep going what he's doing, all that good stuff. But you're running second behind the guy, and you're trying to win the race. But what's that like in y'all's team room?
Oh, we're all pretty calm. I think we all know each other well enough to know when to push it and when not to. I told Paul at the beginning of the race when I got into second, I was just planning on hanging out, maybe be there if he does make a mistake, but I wasn't going to force him into anything.
For sure on that one, man. Well, either way, you walk out of here with a really good, solid finish. And if you just really started racing this track last night, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
It's true. I just bought it.
That kind of pisses me off because I'm so horrible here, and I've had this track for like 2 years. Either way, dude, good job tonight. Congratulations. God, you're freaking quick. Shout outs and all that you want to give out.
Yeah, just a big shout out to Team PG-13, Les, Terry, and yourself, Adam. We appreciate everything you guys do. It's been a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see you guys next season.
Hey, man, good job tonight. Thanks, buddy. Next up, and then we will get the interview in with Paul Gibson right now. Mr. Champion, you got a copy?
Yep, I'm here.
Well, Paul, you actually came in here. First championship in the Red Sox Racing Series. That's got to feel pretty nice, man, considering the talent level that is in here is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I've got to say that feels pretty good.
It was rough. I mean, I don't want to say it was a rough season because you was up front every week. That's got to be a lot of pressure. I mean, because it's very easy to make a mistake and have a bad race.
Yeah, in these longer series like this, over 4, more than 3 or 4 races, I just work on not making mistakes. You could be, the top 2 or 3, but one little mistake can put you back in 5th or 6th, and that's big time, points implications. So just try to keep it clean, and don't try to do too much. Just do enough to get enough points to fight for the championship.
Well, man, you did a great job this season. Tell us a little bit about it, because when you came in here, you knew that there was really quick guys in here. You was quick, and you started off, last season, if I'm not mistaken, and you had some good runs. What was it like coming into this season? Was your goal, of course, I know everybody's goal is to win the championship, but man, you went out there and just dominated this season for the most part.
Yeah, because last year or the last season, I ran 1 or 2 GTE races and really liked the car. And I hadn't really ran a whole lot of GTE stuff before that. Other than running a spec Ford series with the Ford GTE. So moving into the other GTE cars, it was a lot of fun. And then the series, went to P2 and GTE, and I was like, well, I just learned how to do, or I just got used to liking the GTE. I've got to run that. Yep. So, so it was fun to multi-class and all that. So, next season, it sounds like we're not sure what we're going to do yet. They haven't announced it, so I'm looking forward to doing another one.
Yo, I get so jealous on how good you guys are. Look, I'm not even joking. I really respect the crap out of how good y'all are at these things. It's impressive, man. Congratulations!
Yeah,
on
we
the
all work together really well. Like we practice together, work together, and help each other out. So I think
It
I think
shows.
it's starting to show now.
Yeah, it shows. Your team tonight did really well. So, man, shout outs and all that. Congratulations on your championship.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say? Any shout outs or anything?
Yeah, just the PG 13. Great season with them. Looking forward to do it again. To all our fake sponsors on our cars.
I got you.
And then yeah, just look forward to doing it again. Thanks to you and all the guys at the Red Sox for putting all this stuff on.
Hey, man, go see if you can get you another one next season.
Yep, we'll try.
Thanks, buddy. There you go, guys. Paul Gibson, your GTE Series champion. Well deserved by him and that whole team together. Like I said, freaking fantastic racing by them all season for the most part. I mean, there was a couple of hiccups along the way for some of them guys, but that team's a wrecking machine. I'm not going to lie. They're that good, and you can see it paying off. I did get a word from Ross Booth. He's not going to be interviewed. He's not feeling really well, so we do want to shout out Ross once again for his championship. Well deserved for that. Cameron Bidwell looks like he will wrap up the second place in the standings for the GTE or LMP2. That'll do it from me, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you, Not Your Average Grain. Y'all have a great night. See y'all next season. We'll be live Sunday.